Good morning, children. Welcome to the class. So, children, today we'll start our new chapter, Memory of the Computer. In this chapter, we discuss about the memory of computer, RAM and ROM, and then secondary storage device also. So, here some measurement is given there. How to measure the unit of memory? It is given here. First of all, let's discuss the introduction. The memory unit is one of the most important part of the computer. It is used to store data, information, and intermediate and the final result of processing. So whatever you want to store your data in your computer or in your mobile, with the help of this memory device, you are able to store and different means store data, information, intermediate, and that final result. Final result means after processing the instructions, it will show the output, and that also if you want to store that, it will be stored in a memory device. Computers can store and retrieve data when required from the memory location it is stored in. So in our computer we are storing our data in drive, C drive, D drive, E drive, like this, or we are storing our data in creating a new folder, and under that folder we are we are storing different types of data related to data such as the mp3, video, documents, images, like this. Then the smallest unit of computer memory is a bit, short by binary digit. So underline this, you student, underline this. The smallest unit of computer memory is a bit. That short form of binary digit is bit. So in a multiple choice question or in fill in the blanks, this type of question will come. Then the value of the bit can either 0 or 1. Each character fed to the computer is converted into a string of binary numbers 0 and 1s. The tables given below gives you the units used to measure the capacity of memory of the computer. So according to this bit, you are able to store your data, and while storing your data, the computer will recognize about the data size, and it is given here. Smallest unit is 1 bit, so 4 bits equal to 1 nibble, 8 bits equal to 1 byte, 1024 bytes equal to 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobyte equal to 1 megabyte, 1024 MB equal to 1 gigabyte, 1024 GB equal to 1 terabyte, 1024 TB equal to 1 petabyte, 1024 PB equal to 1 exabyte, 1024 EB equal to 1 zettabyte, 1024 GB equal to 1 yottabyte, 1024 YB equal to 1 Brunner time. So this is the largest unit. So all the memory computers are divided into two parts. First one is primary memory and the second one is secondary memory. So primary memory also known as main memory. This area in a computer in which data is stored for quick access by the computer processor. This memory is directly connected to the central processing unit of the computer. So how it works? It directly in this area, computer data stored for quick access computer processor. It means suppose you are giving instruction to computer to process that particular instructions. So that time the instructions which you had given, that stored in a primary format, and thereafter processed, it will stored in the memory location, like this. And then picture is given here. Computer memory, see the diagram is given here. Computer memory, in that computer memory, primary memory and secondary memory is given. Under primary memory, RAM and ROM, and under secondary memory, floppy disk, hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive. So first let's discuss about the primary memory. Primary memory, first one is RAM, random access memory, and then second one is ROM, read only memory. Random access memory, RAM, is called read or write memory. RAM is used by the central processing unit, that is CPU, to store information that it needs to access very quickly, but it does not store any information permanently. It is a volatile memory which loses it contains when the power is switched off or interrupted. So here RAM is read and write memory, and it is used by the CPU, central processing unit, while doing the but at the type of processing, it will easy to access the data from that, but it does not store in any information permanently. It only stored as temporary, and it is a volatile memory. It means, suppose if the power off, if power off, then automatically all the data which you had working there, that would be you lost that data. Then RAM device are integrated circuit store information. There are several types of RAM, but dynamic RAM is most popular now. So now you are using a dynamic RAM. How it is popular? That RAM is measured by speed megahertz and by its size megabyte or gigabyte. So modern computers are RAM in the range of 4 GB, 8 GB, 12 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB, 128 GB, and nowadays more than 128 is also coming in the market. So like this the measurement of RAM is. And then come to the read-only memory. Read-only memory, ROM, is a permanent or non-volatile memory of the computer used for permanent storage. So if you want to store your data as permanent, so you are using the ROM, means that ROM work for that permanent storage, and the size of ROM is typically 4 MB or 8 MB. ROM chips are located on the motherboard. So in CPU, motherboard is located there, and near the motherboard ROM chips are located there. That the data is placed in the ROM at the time of manufacture, that cannot be changed therefore. So while configuring the CPU, configuring the CPU of our computer, that time only RAM is installed there, RAM placed there, and then after that it could not be changed. Each time we boot or restart the computer, the ROM memory is used. ROM contains a set of startup instructions for the computer system, such as checking the input-output device, loading the operating system in the RAM, etc. It also stores essential instructions such as frequently needed routing functions. So each time we boot out means while at the time of while means if you are start the computer, that time ROM will help, that time ROM will do the work, while means every hardware is having the software. Hardware means keyboard is also hardware and mouse is also hardware, so every hardware is having software, and while opening the while starting the computer, the all software should be start. So slowly the ROM, while booting, slowly the ROM will start switch on the all the softwares and ready to do the work. Then there are different types of ROMs. It is given here. First one is programmable read-only memory. This type of ROM can be programmed by once in manufacturer. Then erasable programmable read-only memory means this type of ROM is better than PROM, can be programmed to erase the data. EEPROM is exposed to ultraviolet light, after which it is reprogrammed using electrical impulse. Means after if you want to reprogram the data, with the help of this you can erase the memory and then again reprogram the data with the help of using the electrical impulse. Then electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. This ROM can be repeatedly erased and programmed by electrical signals. These days it is being used as backup to RAM memory. During a power failure, the content of RAM are lost. When power is returned, the content of EEPROM are copied back into the RAM and the computer resumes normal working as if nothing has happened. So with the help of this EEPROM, the deleted data means the lost data. It means after current gone, the data should be there in the PROM. Means EEPROM hold that data, and after that it will again reuse. Means after that we will again reuse that particular data with the help of this. So secondary memory we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.